guys, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be rating some TikTok art advice. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Art hacks that I wish somebody told me earlier. I was always told watercolor is permanent. If you mess up, you can't fix it. Well, guess what?
What is that? Why is this? Is that an eraser? I know that I've been able to remove watercolor with an eraser before, just like a little bit. But what is that?
But you can. Another one, when the vibrant river of my Copic marker ran dry, I thought I had to get a new cartridge. Apparently not, just dump hand sanitizer on it.
I mean, that would work, but you are diluting the ink, so it might not be as vibrant and the quality of the ink might be worse. So if you're a professional artist selling your originals, it might not be a good idea, but otherwise this works great.
Do you have cheap acrylic paint that doesn't work very well but you don't want to throw it away? Just heat water and cornstarch until it turns into this thick, goopy consistency. Then just mix a little bit in with your cheaper paint and bam! Look.
Ooh. I don't see how this would make the pigment brighter, but it seems to have done that here. That's so interesting. I've never tried this. Comment down below, have you tried this? Because I've never heard of this before. Ooh, I don't know what to rate this one. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Here are some photo bashing techniques for you to incorporate in your own art. First is to add patterns usually harder to draw by hand. I make sure they look incorporated with the piece by using a various amount of blending modes and adjusting its size. Next, I like to use free online 3D models to help with objects that are harder to draw. I'll incorporate them.
This is something I really want to get into, but I keep forgetting to because I don't really do many like full illustrations.
By taking a screenshot, then removing the background and rendering on top of the image to make sure it fits the style.
So cool.
Lastly is to use images to add texture to your pictures. Some surfaces have hard textures to render, so to give it that realistic touch, I'll use images at a low opacity to give it that unique texture.
That's so cool. Procreate does have a lot of brushes that do textures like that, kind of. I think this is pretty solid advice. I'd say it's a 10 out of 10.
Try this next time you sketch. Look at this triangle. These are what's called lost and found edges. Now painters use these all the time, but I'm going to show you how they can improve your sketching. Look at this sketch. The nose goes like this, but you already knew that, so I'm not going to define it for you. I'm hinting at the form and giving you just enough information to imagine it on your own.
Yeah, you can really like see the nose there. That's crazy.
Isn't that cool? Wow, you're well on your way to becoming an edge master. Now go draw 41 edges.
Oh. Wow, I didn't even realize this wasn't like a complete line over here. That's awesome. That's definitely a 10 out of 10. Oh my god. What? That's so cool. I didn't know you can do that. Are they using light mode Procreate? I've never seen this. Anyway, this brush is incredible. I'm really excited to try this.
If you have sketchy line art, you may get this problem when filling color. Here's an easy fix. Select color layer. Invert selection. Feather at low %. New layer. Fill with color. Duplicate. Merge.
They're thickening the edge of the fill that they did.
Go to initial layer. Move selection out of frame.
Oh my god. Whenever I've tried to duplicate a feathered layer, it always makes the edges really hard and pixely. But maybe this would work. I'd say like a 9 out of 10. It's solid, it's solid. It's like bookkeeping for art.
3 tips for backgrounds. ShotDeck and Filmmaker are searchable
Oh my god.
databases.
This is so useful. I've never heard of this website. This is so great. Oh my god.
Stills from films that are great for reference. For this, I just looked up bar, and you can see how I combine the lighting of one and the composition of another to get this piece. Another trick I use is making a new correction layer on top of all my layers to easily check values as I work. I like to zoom out and see where my eye looks first, and if
This is definitely something you should be doing if you're doing illustrations. Checking the values of...
there is a clear focal point. In this earlier draft, everything blends together. So I add highlights and darker shadows for better contrast.
Oh, wow.
I do small color gumps for the same reason. Seeing things from far away helps you see the piece as a whole rather than focusing on small details. It's also easier to quickly experiment with colors on a smaller scale. Hope that helps.
Wow. 10 out of 10. Love this. This is amazing.
If you're finding your art a little flat or unfinished, I have a couple of tips for you. This is an old piece, but I'll use it as an example because it uses all 3 tips, actually. So my first suggestion is to use very directed light. Like you can see here, the light is coming directly above and it's casting a very harsh shadow. That will help give the impression that it's a 3D object, more so than something closer to pillow shading. Secondly, make sure you're using ambient lights. Right, so if you have your skin tone here, and your lighting here, and your subsurface scattering, and finally your ambient light, will make things look nice and alive. And finally,
That's amazing. She just did that in like 2 seconds.
this is a really easy one, but it works wonders. Use blur. It's pretty
Oh my gosh. I didn't even
subtly under the
notice
chin
that.
and
That makes it so good. That really moves your focus to the face. I think that's incredible.
in this one, but I use it all the time, particularly in backgrounds. And once it's blurred, I usually posterize the background just to give it just a little extra touch. If you're finding your art a little flat or unfinished,
I love that. Is that good? That I can't be rating them all 10 out of 10, but I think I might have to.
How to trick people into thinking you draw good. First, confident strokes when you are doing liner and coloring. See, look at the
That's true. I think if you do really confident and really clear strokes, it can also help you see where you've gone wrong.
these sharp, confident edges in the rendering. Even though I clearly don't know what I'm doing, if I put it there and I'm confident of it, people will be like, oh yeah, they're totally right.
I think she knows what she's doing.
Which means don't be dependent on airbrush because it just shows
Yeah, don't airbrush. I agree with this. I second this. Do not airbrush.
that you're kind of unsure where your colors want to go. Make it nice and sharp, like yes, I know what I'm doing. Next, make your watermark nice and big. It shows that
Huh? I don't know if I agree with this. I associate big watermarks with like beginners. Is that mean to say? That's not massive. That's fine. I just like really big one. Yeah, I don't I don't know how to feel about this performative watermarking. Is that what we're doing?
you are proud that you made it, and when people see that, they'll be like, oh yeah, this was definitely made to be a good piece of art. Also, sometimes simplicity is key. Like I could do a whole background city landscape for this dude, but no, just keep it simple. Make
That's fair. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know about the watermarking though. Yeah, like a 6 out of 10. I think the first tip was good.
Art hacks that actually changed my life. Instead of a brush, use a sponge to paint large surfaces. Paint spots with an even finish.
Fair
Use
enough.
a hairdryer to remove masking tape.
Oh, this is so true. I use a hairdryer for like everything. If I need to remove any like sticky thing, I whip out the hairdryer and it makes it so much easier.
Prevents ripping the paper. Use conditioner to reshape brushes. Keeps them soft and in shape. Always
I should probably do that. All my brushes are tragic. Let me show you this thing. This is my favorite brush and look what's happened to it. Can't even see it, the poor thing.
photocopy your sketch for a backup. You'll have another in case you mess up.
Oh, that's useful, but it might be difficult if you want to erase the sketch or like change it in any way. Actually, I used to do this a lot for my A-level. I would do like an ink drawing and then I would photocopy it a bunch of times and just draw over that. Saved me a lot of time. What do I say for this one? I'd say it's like really good, but it's nothing controversial, so I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. Okay. Ooh, really? I guess. I think it's one of those things that technically works, but isn't really helping you have that deeper understanding, you know? So, I'd say this is like a 5 out of 10.
Don't do this. Instead, pause.
Okay.
Change layer to overlay or multiply. Lower opacity.
I think I've seen this before on Pinterest. How thick your skin is kind of affects like, the color of your different facial features. I'd say this is useful. But again, it's not like crazy controversial. So I'd say this is like an 8 out of 10 as well.
This is how I draw small details in my art. So I use this
my God,
nail
that's
tool to
amazing.
create indents, and without this, honestly, I don't know what I would do. But after you create those indents, you can just shade it in with your blending stump and then look at the effect it gives you. So this is
Wow.
literally my hack for creating all the small details in this drawing. I also use a kneaded eraser to create highlights. Another tip is to use a mechanical pencil because it's so easy to get in the small details with it. And yeah, this is how.
That's sick. I've seen some like realism artists also like scrape bits away, but whenever I've tried to do that, it's not going well. This is really cool. Oh, what should I rate it? I'd say like a 10 out of 10. The drawing's really good. Give me your most unhinged art hacks. Okay, let's have a look at the comments of this one. I use Pringles as a reference for cowboy hats. Oh my god, that's cold. Use your own art as decoration. If you want better art on your walls, you have to make it yourself. Helps me with motivation. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like your room kind of just blends into the back of your mind. I don't know if it would really help you with motivation. If you have glasses, take them off, and now you can draw shapes without being hindered by the details. That's quite funny. I do sometimes like blur my vision to see things. This one's valid.
If
Okay,
you're
let's
having
go.
trouble with drawing heads from a 3/4 angle, then try drawing the side view and then adding a sliver on the other side. This blew my mind when I realized the 3/4 view was just blending the front and side view together. I always thought drawing this angle was really hard at first because there was so much stuff happening and my brain just couldn't compute. But this was one of the tricks I used to get my brain to think differently without getting overwhelmed.
That's fair. As a trick to help your brain understand what's going on, I think this is helpful. However, in this drawing, this part of the drawing is too extended. I understand it's an anime style and it's like, different, but I just feel like it's a helpful way to think about it, but it might lead you to making more mistakes, if that makes sense. So like a 4 out of 10, but the drawing's really cute. I don't know, I feel bad saying that. I just feel like it might make you make mistakes. You know what I mean? Because you're not studying what the face looks like at that angle. Well, that's everything I had for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye!